What is going on, guys? I am Jaye the Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I want to talk about Cari Champion. Apparently, she is leaving the ESPN network. Now, for those of you who have been watching the drama unfold at ESPN, the SJWing that's been going on there, the feminist-minded behavior that's been going on at ESPN that's been driving people away in droves. ESPN has been making some changes over the last couple of years. They've been cleaning house, and I believe that this may have something to do with it. I'm not saying that that's 100% of it, but according to Cari Champion, it was time for her to go. Now, this is according to the NY Post. It says Cari Champion made her way up the ESPN ranks to Sportscenter host on the weekday noon show, but that ended Thursday evening when she announced that she was leaving the network abruptly. Champion joined ESPN from the Tennis Channel in 2012 and started as a host of First Take, moderating hot take debates between Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. After consulting with mentors, family, and friends, I have come to the decision that it's time to leave ESPN. Champion wrote on Twitter, over the past 7 years, I've grown from hosting First Take to having my own show on SportsCenter and experiencing so much more in between. Champion, who's 41, signed a multi-year extension in 2016 and was also hosting Sports Nation. It is unclear where her next media stop will be. With Champion's pending departure, the noon Eastern Time SportsCenter show, or ET SportsCenter show, will no longer be a bi-coastal show, and instead will originate completely from Bristol, Connecticut, with Ellie Duncan and Matt Barry helming the newly expanded 90-minute Monday through Thursday episodes ESPN said in release. Let me just say this. I think ESPN wants to save money. I think that they probably let Cari Champion know in advance that they were going to move the show back to Bristol. I don't think she wanted to be in Bristol. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe she was part of the LA portion of the show that they were doing and did not want to go back. I could be wrong. I haven't watched SportsCenter in a while. Ever since that SC6 BS, I haven't watched SportsCenter, okay? But if y'all can correct me, but she was a part of the LA portion of SportsCenter because they were filming in LA and in Bristol, and they want to bring the show back to Bristol because the Sports Nation show, I believe, is filmed in Los Angeles too. So, from my understanding, because again, I haven't watched much SportsCenter programming in the last, I would say, 2 years. There's a few shows I watch here and there, but I haven't watched SportsCenter. I haven't watched Sports Nation in a while, but I do know those shows are primarily filmed in Los Angeles. Okay. But now back to ESPN cleaning house. And let me just say this about Ellie Duncan. They need to take her too. Okay. I think the only reason why Ellie Duncan isn't gone yet is because they need some diversity, but but anyway, she's another one with feminist-minded behavior. I did a video about her. Y'all can go and check it out. It's on this channel. Cari Champion is friends with Jamil Hill, and Jamil Hill is still salty about the way things ended. Her and Cari Champion are really close, and I think they talk a lot. Cari Champion has gone more of the pro-black route, the more conscious route as far as her personality on social media. This is a woman who dated her non-melanated coworker, okay, and put it on social media for everybody to see. That was who Cari Champion was then, but now I think she's changed a little bit, and I think that she has Jamil Hill in her ear. I think she still feels some type of way about how she's still there and Jamil isn't. As a matter of fact, on her Twitter page, she retweeted Jamil Hill. And in this retweet, which I found to be very interesting, Jamil Hill said, I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright, And when they fly away, the part of you that knows it was a sin to lock them up does rejoice. And it's also as a gift of Shawshank Redemption. Let me just say this. I think that Cari, once again, is a part of the woke crowd, even though I don't think she's woke at all. But it's all about fitting in. It's all about being a part of a group, feeling a part of something. And the fact that she's at ESPN and her and Jamil Hill are still cool, still talk. Maybe she wants to go do something with Jamil. But I think she kind of thought that she was caught in the middle because, Jamil made comments about Stephen A. Smith. I believe she's cool with Stephen A. Smith as well. And I don't think she wants to be caught in the middle. But I would say this for Jamil. If you don't want to be at ESPN anymore, you want to do something different, that is completely fine. But I also think that because ESPN has tightened things up, they don't want to be political anymore. I think that they have to, mind their P's and Q's. And I think that bothers people like a Cari Champion or a, Jamil Hill, especially Jamil Hill. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I could honestly see Josina Anderson leaving too. I can kind of see her leaving as well, but she has a good gig during the NFL shows. But I mean, you just never know when the wokeness is gonna rear its ugly head or rear his nappy head. The wokeness. Let me tell y'all something, man. The wokeness is destroying a lot of careers. These are some high-paying jobs that these people have. Okay. Now, again, we don't want to be, put in a box and being told what we can say and what you can do. You want to be able to live your life the way that you want to. But I just find it very interesting how, she's cool with these people. These people leave. She's still there and doesn't have some sort of guilt there, But if you're getting advice about career moves from Jamil Hill, I don't think you should listen. Now, I just think that we are in a society that says, you know what? It's better to be woke than to work for a corporation. But, I think Cari Champion is very corporate. I just don't see the reasoning for choosing an ideology over something that you've always wanted to do. But again, ESPN is moving the show primarily to Bristol, and I don't think that she wants to live in Bristol. Okay, she wants to be in LA, which is perfectly her right. But I think ESPN is cleaning house. They're trying to get rid of certain people. Again, take Ellie Duncan with her. But Ellie Duncan is not going to leave. But I still feel like she has that same mindset they're trying to get rid of. And it wouldn't surprise me if she's gone as well. But I honestly, though, I just think that the whole woke crowd just don't understand the fact that what you're speaking on and your ideology is very niche. There's a lot of publications and websites going broke trying to be woke. I just hope y'all understand there's no audience in being woke. None. So I would hope that Cari Champion is making a move to basically be her own boss and to do her own thing. But one thing that I would tell her, do not go the woke route. Okay? Because there's nothing for you there. Nothing. As far as I'm concerned, the one thing that I have seen from a lot of these woke people on social media that will tell her, oh, you're better off without ESPN, they're slave masters, blah, 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 blah. They're going to tell you everything that they're not going to do. They will tell you to leave your job. They will tell you to, leave money on the table. But are they going to do the same thing? I highly doubt that. So we really have to look at, the career moves that we make. Hopefully she does what's best in her best interest, but she understands that, you go that woke route, there's no audience there. Woke people don't necessarily support each other like that, like they don't. So again, ESPN is cleaning house. ESPN is trying to, cut costs, and they're trying to change the ideology. They're trying to change the ideology. And they're trying to make things more about making money than about, getting retweets. And we really have to take that into consideration. Being woke gets you nowhere. Being woke gets you absolutely nowhere. And look at all these publications. Look at ESPN. They went woke. And guess what happened? They ended up losing subscribers. They ended up losing money. Talent left. There was when John Skipper was still running that place, they wanted to go on a woke route because they thought an audience was there. But there is no woke audience, bro. There is none. And I think ESPN is subtly telling people, listen, man, this is the route that we're going to go in. We need you to be more professional, and we need you to focus on the brand and not necessarily about being woke and Kaepernick, even though you will still see topics on Kaepernick. But they don't want that to be the brand. They don't want that to be the defender of all things Cap. Okay? And that's why Jamil Hill isn't there. That's why Michael Smith isn't there. That's why it won't surprise me at all that some of these other people aren't there either, because of the ideology that they have. Ideology that really is not helping them whatsoever. It really isn't. And that's exactly why I feel like this Cari champion thing is only the beginning. You're going to start to see more people leave. They got rid of Michelle Beadle, which I think was a long time coming. She was the main catalyst. You have to get some of that woke, feminist minded, behavior out of there in order to have a better work environment. So people will focus on what they need to focus on and make the product more watchable.